What's going on, everybody? What's going on? How are you today? How are you? Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. I'm all alone. I'm going to pick up Sis here in just a sec, heading to Mass with her and picking up Landon. Go Huskers. I got my Husker red on, but church is a little more important than the football game right now, especially on a day where we mourn the loss of thousands of lives taken too soon. And we honor all of our armed forces and all of our first responders and just give great thanks for living in a country that we have so much freedom that sometimes I think we take for granted. So I'm going to go tonight. I'm going to pray. Heavy on my heart. I've got lots of things heavy on my heart, and Lord knows I need Jesus every once in a while. So how are you guys today? What's going on, Leslie? I've got a great story about a guy named Gary I wanted to share with you guys. One of the things I'm going to try to do more is do a positive good news update for the day. And this is kind of my good news update. I wanted to just put Gary because I wanted more to listen. People gravitate towards negative news, and unfortunately, if I put good news in the title, not a lot of you guys would watch this, and you're going to miss the great story. But many of you know I have been in the fitness industry for 15 years, so I definitely needed my ketones for a sec. I definitely have seen my share of different people come into my classes. I've seen different ages. I've seen different body types. I've seen people missing one arm. I've seen people who've had multiple knee surgeries. I've seen people who've survived car crashes. And they, every so once in a while, come up and they tell me their story at the end of class. And if you've ever been to one of my classes, put yes in the comments. Most of the time, I'm very serious. It's like a business meeting, okay? I come in, what's going on? My name's Lindsay. We're going to rock it out, and I don't waste your time. I go hard. And every so often, especially lately, I feel like God's been pulling me just to have a conversation with one of the members that comes into my class and just get to know them. And I love kind of picking on new people. If you've been in my class, especially my spin class, I'll call out my newbies or I'll call out my first timers in bar. And it's only to encourage you. It's only really to give you a big high five and a little butt slap and just say, I'm proud that you made the decision to take care of yourself and be here. No matter what's going on in your life, you chose to be here, present for yourself today. And today I had the opportunity to meet a brand new guy, newer member at the Jewish Community Center. His name is Gary. And after class, I noticed during class, Gary was sitting a lot. And when you come to my class, I never judge you because I don't know what you went through to get there, right? And for all I know, it could have been his worst day ever. And it was my job to make his day amazing. So what I did outside of kick his butt, I went up to him after class and I just said, thank you for coming. I really appreciate it. Are you brand new? And I introduced myself to him and he said, yeah, my name's Gary and this was tough. And of course that was one of the first things out of his mouth. And then Gary said something to me that kind of like shook me and made me really reflect on what we do and why we do it. And it also brought a lot of intention to why we go to the gym and why we take care of our health, especially, today more than ever, and why we should pay attention to our bodies and listen to our bodies. And Gary sat for some of class, so I wanted to, say something about that, but I didn't. I let him tell me why. And he said, I hate to miss a lot of the cues or not turn up the resistance or hit those speeds you were calling out, Lindsay, but you wouldn't believe what I've been through the past few years. And I'm like, oh gosh, without probing, I wanted to know. And he said, last year I was out for the pandemic, right? So he was fairly immune compromised. And he said he kept away from the gym. Perfect. That's fine. I respected people's attendance virtually at a lot of my classes. Some people worked out at home. We all got super creative on how to get fit, which was super cool. One of the silver linings, one of the little light shining through the clouds of the storm last year. And people started really paying attention to their health. But he said a few months before the pandemic hit, I had a massive heart attack. I almost died. And I'm like, okay. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm so glad you survived and God was on your side. He was lifting you up. It wasn't your time. And he goes, no, it wasn't my time. And Gary said, that he is so excited to try a ton of the new classes at the gym. And I said, how cool is that? You know, he came to my class. It was one of the first ones he came back to. And he just thanked me for class. And I thanked him for being there, for taking that courageous step just to do something again with his body when it was one of the most uncomfortable things to probably, one, go into a class with somebody you don't know, with other members you don't know, to sit down on a bike and to trust your heartbeat, to trust that you will make it through your workout because you matter. And it's just a great reminder to all of us, Gary's story, because you may have the worst day ever. You may have a story. You may have some bullshit excuse. He didn't, but you may. Why you're not getting active, why you're not taking care of your health. And he said, you know what? I matter. And I'm going to choose to come to the gym. I'm going to choose to try spin class. And then I'm going to try your bar class. And then I'm going to try something else that challenges me because it is just so great to be alive. When was the last time you truly connected with somebody and asked them what their story was? Your story is your superpower. And how cool is it that Gary told me his story and just really just hit me? Because I don't take enough time. It was a reminder, I don't take enough time to make those connections with people and listen to what their story's about. I share mine every once in a while with you, and I hope it touches you. I hope people resonate. There's a lot more to my story that I love to share, and I'm going to continue to share it. I'm going to share my journey. I'm going to share my ups and downs. I'm going to share the times that I have to break through challenges in order to see the good on the other side. But he left no excuse on the table. I'm coming to the hardest spin class in the city, and I'm doing this for myself. And he was the nicest person about it. He couldn't do everything, and neither can you at all times, but you can do what you can, and you can control what you do. So let that be a reminder to you guys tonight. I'm going to get to church. I appreciate you guys. You all should meet somebody like a Gary in your life. But it doesn't happen unless you start those conversations. Sometimes the conversations that may take a little extra minutes in the day. It may be a little bit off schedule. It may not be convenient for you. But there's a reason why you make connections with people and why you talk to people and why you share your story with people. It is so powerful. And his story touched me today. And it just reminded me how much I love to be an instructor and guide people on their health and wellness. And I want to continue to do that for years and years to come. So that is it for me today, you guys. I appreciate you guys. And I'm saying prayers. I'm saying prayers for y'all, especially you, Glow. I love you, girl. We'll talk soon, everybody. Have a great rest of your night. Bye-bye.